Hey folks, this is Ben Gessel. How's it going? Gonna have a little bit easier day tomorrow, and also the day after that, which is very welcome. I've had a little bit busier day today, a little frustrating. So just tonight, I was looking up some various subjects online. Um, I don't know, just kind of browsing some kind of darker stuff or scarier stuff or whatever. And you know, I guess this is just the YouTube rule thing. I might have made a video about this subject earlier at some point. But, how can I put this? Actually, I'm not entirely sure what YouTube's um, rules are regarding witchcraft. I mean, and that's of course the definition of what that actually is. So I looked up, black masses. Just I've seen a few things like that before on YouTube. What it always involves is some dude, or it could be a few guys, or on occasion, or a guy and a girl, or whatever. I don't know. But it's just all it is just candle lighting and red and black colors mainly, and some symbols and some whatever. Yeah, candles are lit. You have some guys ringing a bell, and you have like a gong, and you have stuff you say. Focus. Does any of this sound frightening to you? I guess it's there's a lot of different directions you can go here with this whole train of thought. One is, Ben, the people that are making these videos and are watching them, or people that attend one of these kinds of meetings, they're not interested in being scared. They're not interested in, they don't want to be evil in some respects of the word. They just want to worship Satan, and they just want to have a nice black mass, and maybe drink some juice and cup, and that's supposed to be the blood or whatever. I don't know. you know, kind of like Christianity light, but not instead of Christ, it's Satan they're worshiping. That's all they want to do. They don't want to really be extremely morbid or macabre. They don't want to break any laws. They don't want to hurt anybody. They're not really vicious people. They don't have extremely wicked imaginations, and they're probably not especially perverse, but who knows? And all these different definitions of what that actually means sometimes. And so, hey, that's maybe I'm looking at this whole thing the wrong way. Well, look, I really am wondering about the subject of witchcraft on YouTube. Why isn't it shown the crazier stuff? Some people, is a magician that's he specifically addresses demonic magicians. He basically disproves any of them actually having demonic powers, in his mind at least. And in a way, I mean, look, it's all connected. It's all similar. So the argument that this is all hocus pocus, this is all just whatever, is actually pretty strong. However, oh, this is the big however. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, no, I'm not saying it's going to be impossible to ever see anything crazy on YouTube. There are some crazy things actually on YouTube. They just happen to not be videos where you have satanic rituals supposedly going on, or I should say, at least not the black mass, at least not just the someone dressing up in a black robe and all this stuff. I mean, heck, I know I've talked about this at least once before, once or twice, in other videos, but Aleister Crowley himself would probably laugh at these things, saying that there's nothing really much going on here. He's probably right. It's probably for the better, you know. A lot of these folks that are doing these black masses, they probably have, they're probably reading what Anton Szandor LaVey wrote out. They're probably taking tons of precautions. All this stuff. It's kind of like Ouija board stuff in a way, but not even as dangerous in a way. I don't know. It's just fiddling with dark stuff. But it's kind of like, to me, it's just pathetic when I see these black masses on YouTube. It's pathetic. It's because it doesn't take any effort to be a Satanist. It takes no effort. Well, especially anyway. But I mentioned this, however. I do know that good and evil exist. And if someone wants to capture the supernatural in more of an evil, dark way on YouTube, for some reason it's hard to find that stuff. It does exist. Again, it's just not these stupid black masses. I just kind of laugh at the... You don't want to be needlessly unkind, to whoever for being a Satanist or whatever, but it's just kind of silly to me. But, because I felt real evil before. I know what that feels like. Yep. It feels unnatural. It feels... You want to, it's frightening. It really is. Real evil. Been around a skinwalker, basically. It's an unmistakable feeling, and you never want to feel it. It's not something any of you guys would ever want to even remotely feel. I've also, there have been other times, I'm sure, in my life when I've sensed some particularly dark spirits. It's nothing like this stuff where people just, the symbols and the sayings are probably pretty dark and whatever, but it's not. Okay, so Crowley himself mentioned that, it's not just sex magic, but it's kind of like when you sacrifice a baby, that's gonna get Satan's attention el pronto. It has to be, commit some very wicked acts in a way to get demons' attention. Yeah, it's definitely gonna get their attention. Some things, but of course you can't show that on YouTube because it's illegal. Oh well, some things. But of course YouTube also has a lot of rules about sex too, so you can't show that stuff either. So that's kind of why they don't show that stuff. I get that. But then, it's kind of like, well, if we're talking about just the hocus pocus side of, whatever. You would think that, on some level it would be dark and evil and frightening. It's just some guy muttering, I saw this deep voiced guy try to summon demons. Nothing ever happened. It had candles. And I don't know, man. Maybe he felt their presence there, but there wasn't anything. You couldn't see anything. And they're going to be people far more than me that are going to be demanding to see stuff, to know if something's really for real. And of course, some people are saying, well, Satan will never show himself because he doesn't want people to believe that he's real in a way. He doesn't want anybody to believe that God's real. And so, anything to dissuade people from believing in Satan versus God thing, it's going to work all the better for him. All this stuff. But the thing is that just the same as it is with very righteous or good feelings or people, it's the same deal with evil. I've sensed both in my life. And I guess it's so there's really to sum up this whole train of thought, this video, there's really two things I wanted to say. One is that the most frightening things that exist in the world that anyone will ever experience, it'll probably be impossible to show it on YouTube. A lot of times, things that are spiritual nature just are not visible. It all depends on the nature of what's going on, of course. So that's the first thing. It's just, the most frightening things are going to evade YouTube. But there is a channel I've subscribed to recently that's actually got some good videos. I think it's called The Dark something or other. It has like an eye or something like that in the logo. And this was the second thing I was going to mention. Anyway, I don't know, it's something, I can't remember what it was. Anyway, it was just, I'm just not, well, yeah, I mean, it's like, on the one hand, it's, how can I respect a religion that doesn't require anything on the part of its members in terms of anything character building? How can I respect something like that? And the second thing, I guess, is just, again, there's a lot of things that will evade being captured on video or will be censored by YouTube if it's more of an obvious thing. So that's where our own lives come into play. There are things that we'll just experience in life that we won't be filming. That'll be probably sometimes terrifying, depending on what's going on. So, it's probably very frustrating for some people when they encounter agnostics or critics or atheists or whatever, and they're trying to tell them about some either really good or bad experience they had with spirits or spiritual world, whatever. And then the agnostic or atheist is just being very stubborn and they won't believe them. It's frustrating because it's something that might mean a lot to somebody, even if it was a dark experience. You would think that might be a good experience would be something that you want to share more. But I don't know, it depends on the person, but it's kind of like what I would tell the atheist or agnostic person is that until you have those experiences, whether for good or evil, in your own life, you won't know what is really going on here, how it feels, that sort of thing, or you're kind of deceiving yourself a little bit from any experiences you've had in the past that were good or especially good or evil of a spiritual nature. Just put it right back at the person. It's like you could say that it's my responsibility to prove to you that these things are real, when in reality if something is real in life, you have to experience it yourself to understand it. It can't always be shown in a video what something is that's spiritual, and then have it be so overwhelmingly spiritual or obvious what's going on that somehow it's going to change your mind. No. It's always, vast majority of the time, 99% of the time and more in our lives, it's our own life experiences that are going to shape how we think about this stuff. Anyway, just a few darker thoughts for you tonight. Leave me thoughts and comments below. Catch you guys later. Take care. Bye.